before you said,
But that was after she had said that she'd do it in another one.
So she gave you permission to have sex?
She said that, I don't know, honestly, I don't know if it was exactly that, but she said that.
What did she say again?
But she said that she would do anything I wanted as long as I didn't hurt her. She said, just don't hurt me.
Okay. So that's when you had sex with her?
That's when I asked her about that, so. And she was like, well, and she said she hadn't had sex with me, but I called her lying.
And then that's when you called her lying after she said she hadn't had sex with somebody? Now, did you have sex with her? What kind? Did you vaginally penetrate her, or was it oral sex? What kind of sex was it? I didn't go all the way in. You didn't go all the way?
It didn't.
What that means, your penis means, you're talking about penile, vagina sex.
Right.
Vaginal sex, my fault.
I didn't.
You tried it.
But
What was she doing while you were trying to have sex with her? What was she doing?
Looking at me.
She saying anything? Was she screaming, or was she?
No screaming. She asked me. She asked me if I had any children.
She asked you if you had any children. What did you tell her?
I looked at her. And told her, yeah. Then I stopped.
You stopped before you ejaculated?
She was on the edge of what was going on. I had her do it.
Had her do what?
Yeah,
She masturbated you?
Mm-hmm.
So she jacked you off with her hands?
Mm-hmm.
Remember which hand she used? Her right hand. Did you ejaculate? Then what happened after that?
She told me she wouldn't tell nobody.
Right.
Told me she wouldn't tell nobody that she'd come back here to meet me.
So what'd you do? Is that when you choked her?
I didn't believe her.
You didn't believe her? So is that when you choked her? And how did you choke her again?
From the back.
From the back? Was it like this, with your arm in the crotch, or like your crotch, your arm, the elbow of your arm? Well, I mean, how was it?
It was actually...
Where was her head in relationship to your arm when you choked her?
What was her hand?
Yeah.
Her head?
Yeah.
Her hands was in my hands.
So you choked her with your hands, one or two hands, around the neck from the front or from the back?
From the back.
How would you do that? I mean, I don't know what you're doing to me, but
Right.
she say anything, or before she died, or did she fight you?
That was something else too. She didn't. She didn't really fight me.
She didn't fight you?
No.
Now, where they found her, is that where she died?
Where did you find her?
Well, I don't know. Did you move her? Let me say, did you move her? After you killed her, did you move her anywhere? Now, be honest with me, because I'm in the dark here. I don't know if she got moved or not.
No.
Where she died is where she lay. Now, what did you do with her clothes? This is where the evidence is it's going to tell. I mean, I don't know what you did with them, but there's evidence where the clothes were, so I would imagine. You burnt the clothes? Where did you burn them at? Near the body? Did you try to burn her body? Did you use the clothes as accelerant for the body? I mean, is that a yes? I understand when they found her, she was, what position was she when you left her? Let's just say that. I think, I'm not sure which way they found her, but tell me how you left her. Was she still on fire? She was not. You're shaking your head, I mean.
She wasn't.
Well, what made you think you could leave her if she wasn't totally burned yet? I mean, why did you leave her so early? Why didn't you wait for the rest of her to get burned? What was up with that?
I needed lighter fluid.
You needed lighter fluid?
And I didn't have it. I suppose I had to perform a ritual.
You what?
You're supposed to perform a ritual as soon as you can to have it all go at one time.
So when she dies, you're trying to burn her body as soon as she goes, and you're looking for, and you don't have enough fluid to, or any type of accelerant to use. Is that what you're saying? You weren't looking for lighter fluid. As soon as she goes, and you're looking for, and you don't have enough fluid to, or any type of accelerant to use. Is that what you're saying? You weren't looking for lighter fluid, I guess.
Well, actually, when I went up back up to a daily park.
You went where?
And I was going to go to my mom's. Actually, I'll tell you this. Actually, I sat there with her for a while.
You sat there with her for a while?
I sat there with her for a while.
What time, okay, you say you encountered her around 3 in the afternoon. How much longer was she dead? Was she dead within a half hour, within an hour, within 2 hours? I mean, did this take a while, or?
It could have been later than that.
Okay. What time do you think it was?
I think it was.
Yeah.
About
4. And what time did she die, you think? 4:30, 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock? I mean, did all this happen within a half hour, within an hour, within 5 minutes? How quickly did all this happen? This whole encounter, until she was lit on fire?
Oh, until she was lit on fire, maybe about 2 hours.
So you met her?
About 3:30, about 3:15,
3:15.
something.
And what time was she dead? I mean, what time did you leave the wooded area after you got done burning her?
It was almost dark.
Almost dark. And that's including the time you set, after she died, you stayed with her for how many more hours?
Until the time it was almost dark.
And then where did you go? You went to, you say, Daly Park. Where's that at?
Up road, down road.
What did you go there for?
I was hungry.
Did you get something to eat somewhere?
I ate out of the trash can.
Okay.
They had a barbecue up there.
They had a barbecue on somewhere in Daly Park, and you ate out the trash can.
Yeah. I saw the containers.
Where did you go from there?
Back to the reservoir.
By this time, was it dark out? Why did you go back to the reservoir?
I was actually called to go back. I know it might sound kind of...
Well, no, who called you?
It was actually... misunderstanding.
I'm not misunderstanding.
Or it was like, it's like a thought that came to mind. Eventually said, go back to her. Go back where she is. And just go back. And when I got there, I sat up under a tree. Someone told me just to relax. I guess to sleep.
And that's what you did? Did you go back to the body after when you went back?
Did I go back to it?
Yeah. Did not. And where the police found you, that's where you went to sleep. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, why did you try to have sex with this girl and not the other ones?
Why this one?
Yeah. What changed in your demeanor from the first two killings to this one?
I guess it was what she said.
This girl? What she said?
It was what she said. She said, I'll do anything you want, just don't hurt me. As long as you don't hurt me. Or something like that.
Why, when you burn her, why did you burn her in the leg and vagina area? Why is that the origin point of the burn? Why wouldn't you burn her somewhere where there'd be more, I guess, tissue or something? What caused you to burn her in the lower abdomen area?
Like the legs, that they take them and then they hang bent over and like a kneeling.
A kneeling?
Something.
How was she positioned? Show me how she was positioned when you left her.
How she was positioned?
Yeah, she's sitting up. Was her legs crossed? Were they? I mean, I don't know. Tell me how you left her.
I set her up.
You set her up? Was it against a tree or what? I mean, how did she set up? Was she leaning against something? And remind me, I'm not asking this because I know. I don't know. So just tell me how you...
I was sitting up. She was sitting up against a tree. I set her up against a tree.
Was her legs crossed or...
And I sat there and I talked to her.
What did you talk about? You apologize to for what? For having sex with her, or just having her killing her, or both?
I apologize. I had no right to. I apologize for her. She told me that I even asked her. I said, you didn't see me on because there was something different in her eyes too when she was up on me. I said, you saw me on the news. And she said, no, that her daddy watches the news.
You thought she saw you on the news?
I asked her if she saw me on the news.
What she said?
She said, no, she didn't.
And what part was this? Was the part before, while you were up on the road, or by the...
This was before.
And she said no. Why did you say that to her?
Because it was something different in her eyes. I guess it was paranoid.
Okay.
Paranoid.
Is there anything else? There's no behavior then. That was just because you were scared, maybe, I don't know. I'll tell him. He's going to be all right.
I think
he was just frustrated that he knew that there wasn't a way, and you didn't tell him, because he thought you had a special bond too. Anthony, that's, you know, we'll worry about that.
But actually, what I was actually trying to get him to do was to arrange so that we can go out, and then I can take him to where to.
And then what? You were going to try to escape and get shot? So yes?
Yes.
And you knew we were kind of not wanting to do that. We got to know, why would you put somebody else through that? You know, why would you make us control your destiny? That's not our job, Anthony.
I don't mean to keep
Anthony, the crime is not a sign of weakness to me. It's not. I don't.
Hell.
You killed a person last night.
I can't control me.
Well, and I understand that.
I can't keep having this.
And this is where, like I said,
I can't.
Anthony, and this is where it stops. You know, this is where it stops. Is there anything else? I'm going to take a break here. I'll get you some more water if you want it or something.
I was really hoping you took me out and shot me today. I really was. And I knew that initially when Keith came in, I knew he had already known.
Yeah, well, it takes a while for people to admit that they did something wrong.
But it was essentially, it didn't have to be.
Right.
And another thing that, it really was beer in them cases down there.
Okay.
On that case, but even though I know I hadn't eaten, I hadn't drank, I still had no.
You knew right from wrong.
I knew that I shouldn't have drunk it.
And you knew that you shouldn't have had sex with that girl, but you did, and you owned up to it. I mean, and you shouldn't have killed her, but you did. But the fourth thing is you owned up to it.
It was also a lot of things that at certain situations, at certain times, there was situations taken advantage of. When they shouldn't be. It was like hopelessness and the lack of control, lack of power. Like that, at that time, I had it. But also in the happening, you still lost it. It didn't happen. I thought I had everything when I really had nothing.
Yeah.
Because really initially, I really felt in here, that I really had or felt close to something or somebody. A lot of that wouldn't happen.
Well, let's take a break here. Get our wits about it. We've been at this a long time. I'm going to step out of the room. The time now is...
You're going to get into a little bit.
19:10 hours, yes. 3/8 of them.
You already know?
9. Yeah, I do. But, you know, we'll just deal with it.
You just want But you knew.
We have to deal with facts, yeah. We do. All right, Anthony, let me take it.
You need the officer background?
Yes, please.
We should do that, ladies and gentlemen. Stand up and stretch if you like. Also, please remember you're still under oath, sir.
Detective, the recording that the jury's been listening to, is that the recording you took of your interview that day with Anthony Kirkland?
Yes.
All right. Now, just a couple things in that recording. Would it have helped you at all if you just asked him if he did it and he said he did it? You seem to be really pressing for detail.
Yes.
Can you explain to the jurors why you need that detail?
We, on the two crime scenes that we were dealing with, in the death of Cassania and Mary Jo, there wasn't a lot of evidence linking anybody to any specific crime or the crime that was we were investigating. So the person that did this would know things about the homicide that only us would know, and even probably some things that we didn't know but we could easily follow up on. So that's why we were very, for lack of a better term, I asked the same question over and over, probably 2 or 3 times on different things, and there were specific reasons for that.
Okay. And did you feel as though you got the specificity you needed about those 2 offenses against Cassania Crawford
Yes.
and Mary Jo Newton to say that you were speaking to the perpetrator of those crimes?
Yes, there's no doubt it was Mr. Kirkland.
And then you decided to talk a little more about the crime that Kirkland had just been arrested for, Esme Kenny?
Yes, I know that Keith had mentioned about Mr. Kirkland talked about a Pedro, and it was evident from what the investigators at the scene that it appeared to be only one person involved.
And which was confirmed right there at the end?
Correct.
Now, let me talk about 1 or 2 other things. Kirkland says that when he accosted Esme Kenny and asked her name, she gave the name Louise?
Yes.
Do you know what Esme Kenny's middle name is?
Louise.
Okay. And he also mentioned that one of the things that at least he put forth as something that caused his inhibitions to be lowered and caused him to maybe go crazy was the use of Vicodin. In your years as a police officer, are you aware of Vicodin as a prescription drug that is abused on the street?
Yeah, it's a painkiller that's abused.
Okay, is it a drug that hypes you up or a drug that depresses you and slows you down?
It slows you down, depresses you.
Okay. And toward the end, when you were talking to Anthony Kirkland and you're asking him to demonstrate how he choked Esme, can you show the jurors what he did, what he displayed to you as to how that occurred?
On Esme or the...
On Esme.
He motioned with both hands how he choked her.
From behind?
I believe he said from the front.
Okay. Now, you left the room, I think the time was about 9:10 p.m. when you left that interview room.
Would have been the second time. It was the 1910, which is
19:10, I'm sorry, you're right. 19:10 hours would be 7:10 p.m.
7:10 p.m.
Where did you go when you left that interview? I mean, who did you speak with?
We spoke with either one of the other investigators or the coroner, I can't remember, but through the coroner, we're trying to figure out what we needed to know about how Esme died, and I got a little bit more information from them. I also went over with the other investigators, was there anything that needed to be cleared up? I also checked some of my notes and Keith's notes from other cases we worked together to see if there's anything else that we were missing.
Okay.
And basically take a break. It was pretty intense in there.
Yeah, I'm sure you were tired. Did you also want to check and see if you could gain information on any other persons who had disappeared and been found murdered?
We started to. When the second interview started, I think you'll notice a pause. We didn't stop the recording. I paused it and I went to get a file after Anthony Kirkland cleared up what I believed what he was talking about. So we started looking into other things that we were aware of, but we didn't grab any specific file at that time.
Okay, you're just asking him, is there anybody else out there we want to know? Can you tell us?
Correct.
All right. So did you go back in and did you go have another interview with Anthony Kirkland that evening?
Yes.
And I think it runs for about an hour and 20 minutes. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Judge, I think that's State's Exhibit 9C. Does that reflect that final interview that you did?
I believe that's the one.
Judge, I would ask that 9C be admitted into evidence and played for the jury.
Any objection? No objection. Thank you very much, 9C will be admitted and be played. Accepted. Well, they're doing everybody okay? Hang in there, you're doing great. You're doing great. And again, please, need a break, take a break. That's not a problem.
This is Bill Hilbert. I'm with Anthony Kirkland, back on tape at 1925 hours at CIS. The date is 3/8. Anthony, I know you told me to come back and talk a little bit more, but we talked to the doctor that examined the young girl that got killed. There's a little bit of difference in how they think she got killed. They think something was used to kill her. Did you have a belt or something in your hand, or did you just choke her?
I used my hands around in here.
Was there anything in your hands? Because this is scientific shit. This shit don't lie. So if there was, there was. It's not. I mean, I just don't want you to be, you know, to go into this detailed statement and then to find out that you just have a little fit here going.
Just I had a rag around my hands.
What kind of rag?
The one I had been using for a scar.
What color was it?
Blue.
Blue? And you're sure it's that rag? It's not nothing else? Was it wrapped up? Was it rolled up?
It was in between my hands. It was around her, and then it was around me.
Was it her scar, her rag, or your rag?
It was not.
So did you take the rag and tighten it like that? Each end?
Choked here.
Like how? Man, I don't want you to choke my ass, but I mean, okay, I got a rag in my hand. Let me. All right, I got a rag in my hand. Okay, this is a rag. Is it rolled up or is it flat out?
It's flat out.
So it's a square, like a handkerchief.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was folded over. I was around her neck.
Okay, it's folded over. So it's how thick is it when you finally fold it over?
About as thick as what you was.
About an inch thick. And you have a hold of each side? Or do you have a...
I had my hands there.
You have to...
I had my hands there, first on her neck.
Without the rag. Mm-hmm. And then what'd you do?
And then I put the rag around it.
And then continue choking her with the rag? Why did you take your hands off and go to the rag?
Yes, I didn't. I don't know, I just did.
So was she dead after you choked her with your hands?
She was gasping. Well, she was gasping. But
Okay. Okay, this is a rag. This is just a rag. It's a smaller version, right? I'm sorry. Okay, so you fold this rag up like this. When did you fold it up? After you already choked her the first time? So what was she doing after you choked her the first time? Is that when you had sex with her? Or is that when you had sex with her, or was it before you choked her at all? Or tried to have sex, I'm sorry.
Say that again now.
When you choked her the first time,
Right.
with your hands.
That was after we had.
That was after you choked her after you had sex with her.
That was after.
You had sex with her, and then you choked her with your hands.
Mm-hmm.
And then, when you got your hands off of her to go to the rag, what happened? Tell me, explain it.
Oh, she was laying down.
Was she still living and breathing?
She was gasping.
Okay, that would mean she's living.
She's still living. And she was gasping.
Where did you get the rag from?
Out of my back pocket.
You got a rag from your back pocket. It was what color?
Blue.
Blue. Then you folded the rag up. Okay. Now, I got a folded rag right here. How do you grab it? Like this? Okay, you're grabbing it one left hand on one end and right hand on the other. Naturally, it's much bigger than this, right? Then what do you do?
Put it around her neck.
Like this?
From the front back.
Like this? Okay, I'm pushing the rag, I'm sorry, to your neck from front to back, like that. That's
I
how.
was behind her.
Huh?
I was behind her.
But you're behind her, so you go like, you pull to you. You take the rag and pull to you. Was she lying on her stomach then, or her back?
Just like I was.
Okay. Now, what did you do with that rag?
I should have still been in my back pocket.
So we should, where?
Where it might have been on that bike.
On the bike? What bike are you talking about? This is where I'm lost.
The blue one that I was on.
When the police got you, you were on a bike?
There was the bike next to me.
There was a bike next to you when the police got to you. And that's where the rag would be? Okay. We're missing some of her clothing, including her underwear. What would that be? Like your sweats.
Those were.
And we got to find this. That's why I need to ask.
Some of the clothes was burned.
Okay, but that was on your top, right?
I think the pants was on there.
What
I
about,
remember.
did you take it to Daly Park, maybe? I'm trying not to lead cops on a wild goose chase. My lieutenant wants to find your clothes because Mom and Dad specifically asked for them. And it's nothing we need to, it's just something we just need to.
Because everything didn't see it.
Right. Everything is done is done. We're just trying to find the clothes. This is important. Give us a solid for the family. And I don't know, so you have to tell me.
Right, I'm trying to remember. Because I know the more I talk, more I get this out. Even I can get the peace. Because even in different peace, even though it might sound weird, for me, I think I'm a troubled individual.
Yeah, well,
But I mean, a troubled individual who doesn't use rational thinking, who acts on impulses.
right, but let's get back on point. I want to try to find these clothes of where they would be. There's sweatpants, a bra, and some panties. Or some kind of underwear. Did you really go to Daly Park?
I went to Daly Park.
Did you take him to Daly Park with you? did not.
No.
So they'd still be in the wooded area somewhere.
Right.
Where would they be?
They should have been near where she was. That's where they should have been. They should have been where she was. And if not that, then I had a white bag.
A white bag?
Yeah.
You had a white bag somewhere.
I had a white bag that I was carrying with me. Because I had my hats and gloves and stuff.
So where was the white bag at?
That should have been by the reservoir.
By the residence. Would it be, did you have a little campsite or something? I don't know if you did.
It was just up there by the tree. What did they do with my eyeglasses?
I don't know. Why?
Neither.
Well, they'll be provided for you.
I'm trying to think where they are. Must have not drink another beer after that.
So when you encounter the young lady, doesn't start off good, something flips, you chase her down. Am I right so far? I mean, this is what you told me so far.
I encountered her. Pretty much.
Okay.
That went off on her.
It went off on her. And where did you have sex with her at the spot where she was found dead? Or did you move her after you had sex? Or did you two move after you had sex?
Move. I know when I chased her, she hit the fence. We have sex after. You asked me, say it again.
Did you move her after you had sex?
Did I move her after we had sex?
Yeah, did you guys move after you had sex? So where she died is where you had sex?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. And her bra, panties, sweatpants, we still can't account for them. We can't find it. Do you have any idea where they may be? It's kind of important. It's getting dark out, and there are people looking, and
They should have been in that area also.
do you think they're in your white bag, that you took them as some kind of, to keep them for a little bit or something? I don't know if you did.
Not really like that.
Okay.
I guess it when I was on.
It's not what you...
Just like if, had I not that I'm saying that it's her fault. I'm not saying that it's her fault because it was never her fault. I'm not saying that, and I'm not trying to give you that impression. That's what I believe. But the only reason I did have sex with her is when she said that she would do whatever I wanted. She would do whatever she wanted me to do, as long as I didn't hurt her.
So she was going to have sex with you as long as you didn't hurt her. So in exchange for not hurting her, she let you have sex.
That's what she.
Did she ever say how old she was, or?
I found out that she was 13.
How did you find out she was 13?
From the paper. That's from,
That key showed you?
because first they was talking about it was a child. I was like, not.
No. 13's not a child to you?
Yeah, that's a child.
Okay.
A teenage baby.
Anything else that I missed asking you about the 3 people we talked about tonight? Is there anything you need to add about Cassandra? keep calling her Cassandra. Did you know her as Cassandra? Did she tell you her name that night? She never did?
No.
Did you have any sexual encounter with her that night?
No. No,
Did you ever have sex with her previously? Did you ever meet her previously?
I had just met her that night.
You met her that night?
I met her that night when I was sitting up there smoking weed.
Now, and you choked her the same way you choked the other two, or did you choke her differently, or did you use something?
I used my hands.
You used your hands. What made you use that, the rack in this girl? The one from last night?
I couldn't get a grip.
Oh, you couldn't get
my hands was hurt.
Your hands hurt, you couldn't get a grip?
My hands were hurt.
What were they hurting from?
From a variety of things, being out in the cold, being, I don't know, I guess I didn't feel strong, weak.
Now,
From being in altercations with people.
we have in the past year found in a wooded area another body that had a beard that had some burn marks on it. I've had,
That's my third one.
who's your third? You've had three.
I've had three.
The one from last night is your third one.
Right.
There's not a fourth, fifth, sixth, or anything.
No, sir.
I'm not coming back later on you and say, Anthony, what's up?
Right. No. The fourth.
I mean, we did a lot of soul searching here. I mean, I don't. Is there anything else? Did you keep, from Mary Jo, did you keep anything in the car from her? Or is there anything I can tell the family that you kept from her, or that, they might be able to tell them about? Or did she have a purse or anything? Or did you leave the purse with her?
I didn't take anything of hers.
And what about Cassandra?
I didn't take anything of hers.
What about the cell phone? The cell phone stayed on for a week.
Then if it was on for a week, then they should have been able to track it.
It wasn't near the body, though. Did you take it and do something with it? Throw it, sell it, take it home?
No, I didn't. Even besides you mentioning it, it was actually the only time when I had rethought about the cell phone.
Well, you said she was on the phone when you...
Right, but after all of that, when everything went out the way that it did, I hadn't.
What about? And you don't recall what you did with her shoes or anything? Did they burn in the fire, or are they missing, or? It was our impression that the shoes weren't with her when she died, or we can't find them. There's no evidence that she was wearing shoes, or somebody took them off or something. Is there anything about her shoes that you did something with, or?
I think all of that burned. All of that burned.
How many hours did you sit with Cassandra after she died?
How many hours did
Yeah.
I sit with her? I sat with her. It wasn't just on one occasion.
So you came back
Yeah.
and sat with her other times. While she was not found? Because we didn't find her for a week. So you came back to the site and sat with her before we found.
I came back to the site after it was announced that she was found.
Well, then she would be gone by then, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was gone by then.
Right.
Did you recall bringing any food down there, or while you're sitting there, after we found her, did you go down there? Did you eat anything? Did you discard anything? We found some food wrappers around there, like there was somebody sitting there after she died, because I go there too every once a month. It looked like somebody was sitting down there. Was it, I mean, did you go down there and like maybe eat a sandwich or some candy or something? Or did you just go down there with nothing? I mean, if you did, I'm just asking. Because when I go down there, there'll always be something like somebody was there.
And the last time I went through there was...
Yeah, I'm talking about it right after it happened.
Right after it happened.
And Mary Jo died in your vehicle. That gray van. That do you have that anymore? I don't want us to get caught up on what kind of fluid was used, but if you know for sure what fluid you used for Mary Jo and for Sonia, let me know now.
I think one was gas and I think one was lighter.
Do you know which one was which?
I think the gas was Mary. I think the lighter fluid was Cassandra.
Now, Cassandra's lighter fluid that you got from where? Because remember, you didn't have it with you. I want to go over that just one more time.
Off of one of the houses that was there. One of the houses on the street.
Okay. Anything else? Is there anything that's going to pop up later that we find you involved with that you didn't talk to me about?
Not to my knowledge. I know of. What other bodies was you talking about in that?
Well, we found a body in District 3. Pulte. You know where that is off Beekman? Cummonsville?
In Cummonsville. When did you find that?
About 6 months ago, 8 months ago. I don't want to lay everything out for you but there's some similarities to what, you know. That's why I have to ask. Now remember, you know where you're at. You admitted to 3 of them tonight, so leaving out number 4, 5, or whatever is not a smart thing.
Right.
You understand that?
Right.
That's why I'm sitting there giving you opportunity.
You said 6 or 8 months ago.
Well, when we find things, they're not necessarily when they were dumped there. I can't go on and tell you. I'm not going to lay out what we found, where we found it, but you know if you've been involved.
Exactly.
I'm not going to try to say, yeah, it's you. I don't do that.
Right.
I'm saying if you want to tell me
closure or
whatever. Maybe all these people have families that every day they just want to know.
Right.
You know?
I understand.
That's all they want, Anthony. They're not trying to judge you. They're not trying to. They just want to know, and then eventually they'll want to know why. And by me talking to you tonight, and Keith talking to you earlier, we were able to figure out why. And how. And anything, man. Anything else?
Pulte.
What about Pulte?
It said 6 to 8 months. Well, they found the bodies burned. Tell me what
They found. We found what we found. If you don't know, we found what we found. Is there anybody else out there you dumped in the woods? Bottom gonna, lay out what we found and you try to piece shit together, but at some point I may be wanting to come talk to you about it but you know if there's anybody else out there that you purified through burning after they died. You know what I mean?
No, it's nothing easy. It really isn't.
Well, no, it's not easy.
It's really nothing easy.
Is there something else you need to tell me?
It's, see, when I was in the relationships with Sherry and Bert.
Was that what you call her, Bird or Bird?
Color, Bert. When I was in the relationship with them, as long as they just let things flow naturally, it would be no problem. Excuse me. But then, like, as soon as they would say that, they don't want the relationship, they don't want to be bothered. Okay, but then we're not in a relationship anymore. And the thing is, I hadn't really actually been in relationships to actually know how much work that it takes to put in to keep it flowing and everything. I hadn't known that. The thing was, I figured that, I figured that I would be taught on how to do what it was that I needed to do. So, anytime I sought the comfort, or even just it wasn't always, it was very rarely about the sex. Sometimes it was just sitting and talking with another woman to try to see what it was that was going on, what it was that I was doing, or whatever that it was that needed to be done and how I should approach it. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't always about, and I mean, I'd pay him for their time, a lot of times too. But then I'd also be...
Did you have a problem with, were you able to perform sexual duties normally?
Was I?
Well, I'm asking.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like a champ, to tell you the truth.
Well,
there was no problem with that area. It was all the other things that didn't go right. Like it wasn't the physical, it was like the emotional and the things of that magnitude. I know which sounds really kind of crazy because the way they consider or how real men supposed to be, how men supposed to act, on what it was a relationship about. In some aspects and some things, man, when you give your heart and your mind, you just give it, then whatever wrong you've done to them, then you at their mercy.
Yeah. Getting back to, is there anybody else I need to know about?
No.
And I'm going to take it. Anything else we need to know? Anything else we need to know that we're missing? Is there something we need to look for out there with this last girl? Some clothing that I didn't ask you about? Is there something that you have that we need to find?
either find a way to help me keep my word to her. That's what I need.
Keep your word.
Keep my word with her.
Word was with
She gave me.
What,
Because when
and what was your word to
when
her?
she was telling me that, she told me that even though, and understand this too, even though I didn't enter her all the way. Just any part of it was just bad.
Right.
But I didn't enter her all the way. I didn't do that. I also knew that in the process of all that is when you start to be like, what the hell the fuck am I doing? And you'd be like, well, I don't know, maybe it was she sensed it, or what it was, but she did tell me that she wouldn't tell anybody.
And you just didn't trust her
I
enough.
told her I didn't trust her. And she said that she wasn't.
Was she crying or anything, or just she calm about it? Was she crying?
That was what was surprising about it. Is that she was calm. She was calm. Whether, I don't know. I know she didn't fight me back. She didn't fight me. She actually laid there. She laid there and she hit the ground. That's what she did.
With her hand?
Mm-hmm.
While you were trying to enter her?
No. Well, it was way beyond that. This was when I just choked her. She hit the ground. She hit the ground on the she was digging in the dirt.
She was digging in the dirt with her hands while you were choking her?
She wasn't, but she didn't try to.
She didn't try to lash out at you, stop you?
No, she didn't try to, she just did that. She actually laid on her.
Well, how did you keep your word to her? I'm confused about that.
I said I need to keep my word to her.
What was your word to her?
That how my word was that I would be joining her. That was what my word was. And so you and Keith, y'all knew that today when I wanted to go out there.
Yeah, everybody knew. Terry and Keith knew.
They knew that that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't.
No, we weren't going to let you. I mean, no. I think Keith probably feels bad because he had to hold some things back from you because you were not being totally upfront with him, and Keith don't like to play that. But like I said, that's big water underneath the bridge. And
I knew that Keith knew something. I knew that.
well, Keith and Terry were probably the two most hardest working, honest guys you want to meet in your life. And we all have feelings, so I'm sure he's hurt a little bit by you not being straight up, but in the bottom line, tomorrow's another day, so. Anything else?
You know.
All right.
You know.
Know what? What about?
You know. I'm just sitting here. I can't bullshit you.
Well, tell me.
You know what? And then the more that I tried to
What, last night?
No, that's why I was getting angry. And I think that's why I was lashing out. You ever believe that something that happens to an individual, like they say that your souls and everything that is all energy, and that if that soul is able to become a part of that individual at their death, when they get, well, not at their, not even at death, because even everything is always changing. It's just taking on another form or something. That's what routinely, that's what I believe. I mean, I know it sounds kind of weird, but if you ever get the chance, get you a match and strike that match and watch that fire evaporate into something else. It'll be still as it was, it'll just be in a different form. So I was saying that to say this.
The only thing I had you pegged wrong for, I thought that you burnt these girls because to destroy evidence.
No.
I mean, look, you shaved your body, you bleach yourself in Clorox, you live your life not making sure there's no evidence of you being around. So what am I naturally supposed to think when we get upon a body and all the important parts are burned or attempted to be burned? What do you think? This dude is burning because he's a fire nut and he loves to see fire? Or I'm saying he's destroyed evidence, but now you're leading me back to the fire part of it, that you like fire. Now you're saying because of the Viking cleansing process.
Well, it was a burial ritual. It's what it was. That's what it was, a burial ritual.
Why was Mary Jo's burial ritual much shorter than Cassandra? Cassandra was deep. And Mary Jo, was it not complete with Mary Jo or what? Or did we interrupt? Did we get there too early or what?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how long it takes to burn a body? Are you familiar with that?
Mm-hmm. That takes a long time.
How does it burn? How did Cassandra, how did it look burning? Was it a big flame constant? Or was it just a heat thing like?
It wasn't constant. It kept going out. The fire kept going out. I'm making you kind of.
Were you looking for more lighter fluid last night? Is that what you left for?
Last night, it would have been good to have it, but also I was hungry. I wasn't in one right state. I wasn't in the right state of mind.
Nothing else in.
And I did go to Daly Park to eat.
Where'd you go? To Daly Park, and you bought some.
I didn't have any
You
money.
got into a garbage can, got some barbecue.
Was some bread, and they had barbecue chicken in it. And macaroni and cheese. Look, I hadn't eaten. And I was drinking water and then drinking the beers.
Right.
I mean,
Anthony, when you get over to where you're going, and you want to talk to me again, I'll be more than happy to. Okay? I have no problem with talking to you. Bill Hilbert, I'll give you a card. Okay? I will talk to you anytime you want to. And anytime. I'm not going to bug you though. You know? I'm going to continue to plug along and do what I need to do. And if there's something we need to talk about further, I'm always going to listen to you. All right?
I do.
All right?
Three. I wasn't honest at all.
What weren't you honest about? Was there more bodies? Is that what you're saying?
It was one.
Where at?
Judge, I asked you to stop this. If you want to take one more break,
time. At the end of that, we're calling it a day. Just hang in there. Thank you. Please be seated, ladies and gentlemen. The record reflects the jury about the court remains for the record of the court statements. Thank you. Defense. Okay, all right, thank you very much. We'll get going as soon as the jury's ready. We'll get back in. Thank you.
Do you know what kind of restaurant?
The judge is executing himself.
range. Somebody screwed up that transcript. It's on the set for fun. What's that?
Please be seated, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thank you very, very much for your cooperation. Mr. Pratt.
We
What was the name of the person?
She told me her name was Kim.
Her name was what?
Kim.
Kim.
That's what she told me.
When was this?
She had a long last name.
She had a long last name.
It was a long last name, one long person.
Was she a working girl, prostitute, what?
She was a prostitute.
Well, give me you need now, this is where we're in the dark, dude. Give me a date that this happened. Year, 06. Before Cassania, after Cassania. In 06 was Cassania and Mary Jo. Was it after them?
After.
So it would have been after. So we're talking after June of 06. What month?
Around Christmas. It was in December.
It was in December.
It was in December.
Did you hear about us finding this body?
No.
Where did you meet? Where did you meet this girl?
Going down Red.
Where?
Going down Red.
What were you in?
I was in
I gotta write this down because I don't know anything about this.
the red band. I mean, in the red band.
December of 06. You were in a red band.
Gray band.
Gray band. Who'd you pick up in it?
I picked up Kim.
What's
That's what she told me her name was.
Kim? Is she a female black or female white? Was she a prostitute? Where'd you pick her on Ready Road
Up by Maple.
at? Is that where she hung out?
Maple or Prospect. Well, actually, no, actually Kim lived up on, she lived up on Burton.
She lived on Burton. Where at? In that art building or?
She lived on Burton in one of the apartments. She didn't tell me which apartment.
And she, how old was she?
She was about, she was in her 20s. Well, maybe, she told me she had 2 kids. I know she had 2 kids. And her husband used to be on her in California. Because that's where she was from.
She was from California?
That's what she told me. She was from California. She had a California ID.
And so you pick her up in your gray van. Where did you go?
Which time? First or
Well, the time that she died.
we went to McDonald's. Actually, we went to a park.
What park?
It's a park in Clifton, Fairview.
Fairview Park?
Mm-hmm.
What happened up there in Fairview Park?
In Fairview Park, we got pulled over by the police.
Did they write you a
Because we
ticket?
were, no, actually they ran our IDs.
So there'll be record of this stuff in the computer
Mm-hmm.
in that van.
Mm-hmm.
So they ran her ID too.
Mm-hmm.
And her ID said Kim.
I think it said Kim because it was ran about 1 in the morning or something. The park was closed.
So this happened 1 in the morning.
It was early in the morning. Maybe between 12. It was on Thursday morning to Friday morning. And she laid in the back row, the back seats.
Did you do her, or did you have sex with her in the Fairview Park?
In the Fairview Park.
Okay. What led up to, after the police stopped, what did they stop you for? Just being in the park after dark?
For being in the park after dark.
Did they write you up a ticket or anything? Fur card, or, I mean, well, you wouldn't have done it, but they just told you to leave?
Mm-hmm. They told us to, because when they pulled up, yeah, that's what we was doing up there. And I told them we came up to talk. He noticed me. Excuse me, he noticed the condoms that was laid out. And he said that he was up in the front seat and that she was laying in the back. That's when the lights came on. That's where I was. I was up in the front seat. And she was in the back.
Okay, so the police leave.
Well, the police come.
Right.
And when the police come, they tell us to leave.
Okay, you leave. Where do you go from there?
Excuse me. She went to, we went to McDonald's to drive through.
What McDonald's you go to?
On, was it Martin Luther King? Martin Luther King Drive.
Okay. How did you end up over on Fulton? On that street off of Beekman?
How did we wind up over there?
I'm sorry, let me backtrack. So you go to McDonald's. What happens next?
They get the food we ate.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like, well, I don't know how I always did that. But she told me that she wanted to see where I stayed at. Or just the building where I stayed at. As
So you took her to Roberta's? Okay. So you go back over to Avondale. After you go all the way to Fairview.
we never went out to Fairview.
You said you got stopped at Fairview Park.
Fairview Park is in
Clifton.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
and then
from McDonald's you go right to your house.
Right.
Roberta's house. Do you go in there and have sex and shit? No. What did you go in there for?
We didn't go in. Remember it was maybe about 1 or 2 of them. It was late.
Oh, okay. So Roberta's at home at that time?
Yeah, it was a Friday. And then from her place we went to...
no, her place or your place? Oh, Roberta's place.
Roberta's place. We went down to Burton, down to her place. And she talked about that for a while. Then when we get to Burton, even though she had gotten her money and all this and that there, so it was still, I wound up I got jumped down there.
Where on Burton?
Mm-hmm.
You paid Kim.
Right.
What'd you pay her?
Gave her Kim $40.
So you paid her $40. Who jumped you?
I don't know.
What did they jump you
She said that she didn't know.
Okay.
She didn't know who the people were.
So you paid her $40.
She was the one that was like, we'll go down here for a minute. And you know what I'm saying? So.
And you haven't had sex yet, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you already had sex?
Mm-hmm.
So who just dropped her off to pay her?
No, I had already paid her money. You get the money, she get the money.
She was just dropping her off?
Right.
On Burton?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay.
And she was like that, she didn't know who they were. Actually, they took some Christmas money from me.
Okay. This before Christmas in December?
Yeah, it was actually maybe a day or two before Christmas.
Okay. Okay, so when you get jumped, is Kim still in the car?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Blue, 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 you get jumped, right?
Right. They get in the car.
They get in the car?
I get in the car.
You get in the car, where's Kim at?
Kim's in the passenger seat.
Okay. Why didn't she jump out since she's at home?
I don't know.
So she stays in the car. So what do you do?
I started the van up.
You start the van up.
I started the van up and then go back up the bird. And she was like, oh, that's where she's standing in the apartment building. When she was wearing, I told her I need to go to the hospital.
What? You need to go to the hospital?
Mm-hmm.
Did you go to the hospital? Where'd you go?
Hospital.
So she never got out of the van? Because she thinks she's taking you to the hospital? So, are you driving or is she driving?
I'm driving.
So where do you drive to?
We drove around and over the drives and we drove up and drove past UC.
Okay, you drove past UC.
And then from UC, we went downtown.
Where at downtown?
I think how we got down there. Then we went up on Central.
Okay. Where did you kill her at? How did that come along? Let's get to that point. Yep.
She had when we got on Central, down there by, what's the spot where, I'm trying to think about the name of that place. It's before you get to the bridge to go over to, before you go over the bridge down there by the White Castles.
Oh, is that Hopple Street or Harrison?
Yeah.
You mean the bridge across the 75?
Mm-hmm. To go across
Yeah, I think that's Hopple Street. Okay, so do you go across Hopple Street?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you kill her at?
After, well, we parked.
Where did you park?
I parked over there by, it was over there by, I'm trying to remember. So now the she climbed in from the passenger seat to the back seat.
Well, you're losing.
We was down on Central.
Okay, she's on Central. We established she's in the car.
Right. It was on Central.
Is that where you killed her?
Down there. Right.
You killed her down on Central?
Down on Central.
Where at? In the car?
In the van. That's when when we set that part. She's asked me why I wasn't going to the hospital. And I was asking her. And I was asking her, who was them guys?
Okay, so
actually, she had a knife.
Okay, Anthony, we need, okay, she had a knife.
Right.
You have an argument because you got robbed, you're pissed at her about these dudes robbing, and she's saying, why didn't you go in the hospital? We're out on Central that this happened.
Down by the White Castles.
On Central Parkway.
Right. Down by the White Castles was it's a White Castles down there,
Mm-hmm.
a Christians and another apartment. So there's a spot right over in there.
So it was by apartment complex, or was it by?
It's right over.
Is it an apartment complex or a hotel?
It's a hotel.
Next to Frisch's?
Mm-hmm. It's a hotel.
So did you check into the hotel?
Mm-hmm.
So you're in the van. What were you going to the hotel for? You going to check in the hotel?
We had just
Pulled over.
Because,
Okay.
it wasn't making sense.
And then you argued. So what do you do to her?
Well, she had her knife, and she showed it. And, she actually wound up getting stabbed with the knife.
You stabbed her with the knife that she had in her hand. Did it kill her? Or did you have to choke her?
It made her bleed a lot. I didn't choke her.
You didn't choke her. She bled a lot. Okay. Bleed in the van? So there's blood in the van. Where's that van at now? I mean, I heard you jumped it.
They did.
Did stepdad take it back or something?
But the blood when it bled, it didn't bleed on the floor.
Where did it bleed?
It bled on some of the bags and stuff that was already there.
And even on the seat?
No.
Okay. What did you do with her after she bled?
After she bled, we drove around. I drove around.
Okay. Where did you drove around? Where did you drive?
Up to, what is that?
Well, I don't know. I just mentioned Pulte as a street.
It's,
you once again, you got me to a place I don't know. I know there's a body we found up there. We found several bodies up there. Okay, you need to tell me what body responsible we found out in the woods up there.
I drove.
That's why I need you to give me information, because once again, you're in territory that I don't know much about, because I don't think it's my case.
I drove, what is it, up by, I'm trying to think what the name of the street is. I don't think it was Beekman. I don't think it was Beekman. I think it was, it might have been off Beekman.
Okay, what street do you think it was? You think it was Pulte, or do you think it was another street? Knox? We found a body on Knox. We found a body on Pulte, and I cannot remember the name because my brain is fried right now. What other where we found? We found 3 bodies up there. But I'm just saying, there's a girl named Kim that we're looking for. Is there a real name you think, Kim?
Mm-hmm.
Have we ever found that body?
That's what I'm asking. Or that's what you're looking for a girl named Kim.
I am asking you, where should I look for this girl named Kim?
It was on the street that went up the hill.
Okay.
Up a dead-end hill.
Dead-end hill.
It's where just.
Now when you dumped her, where did you dump her? Into the woods? Or just roll her out of the car into the woods? How far down do we need to look?
It was thrown into the woods.
Did you try to burn her?
It was on a dead-end street. I did.
Huh?
I burnt her.
You burned her? Once you burned her, did you leave her there, or did she scatter? Did you scatter her, or did you pick her up and take her burnt body somewhere?
I left her there. I covered her up.
You covered her up with what?
Plastic.
What kind of plastic?
Or it might have been a carpet or something. It was something that was already there.
Now one of the bodies we found a Clorox bottle by it. Would that be the one? No.
I didn't have anything.
But you burnt this girl and you wrapped her up in carpet.
I didn't wrap her up. I just covered her.
Covered her.
Covered her. It was already there.
Describe this girl. What was her teeth like?
Her birthday was 10/22.
Her birthday was 10/22. Why do you say that?
That's when her birthday was.
Can I go look for this, see if I can find anything that matches this? All right, I'm going to be right back. The time now is 20:23 hours, March 8th. I'm with Anthony Kirkland. I'm going to pause because he's talking about a person that I'm trying to see if there's a homicide connected to it. I'm going to pause. Well, I don't know. We're back on tape. Time now is 20:31 hours. Do you know the name of the street for sure? It's not, you say it's not a female white, is that correct? Okay, then we have to worry about this one. Let me see. going up the street from Beekman, what side of the street you threw it on? You threw the body or dropped the body off?
On the left side.
The left side, as you're going up. And does that street dead end, or can you cut through?
It dead ends.
Is the street Pulte for sure?
Like I said, I don't know the name of it. It might be Pulte.
And are you positive it was December of 06? You weren't locked up or anything?
No, because I was working at Sawbrooks.
Where were you working?
At Sawbrooks.
What's Sawbrooks?
This is a steel place.
Where's that at?
In Lockland.
Oh, that's right, I remember that. What were you doing for Sawbrooks?
Labor work.
Okay, you say this girl you picked up on Reading who was from Avondale, or is she from California?
She has a California license. She has a California ID, but she stayed on Burke.
California ID, she stayed on Burke. California ID, stayed on Burke. Why did you say 10/22?
There was a birthday that she had on that was a birthday that she had on her card.
BURTON. So you pick her up. Where again? I'm sorry.
Which time?
The time you killed her.
Is on Reading Road.
Pick her up on Reading by where?
Maple.
Okay, that's right. You pick her up by Maple, Prospect. You said she had a couple kids. How do you know that? Did she say she had a couple kids, or
That's what she told me.
did she show you pictures of them, or?
There was all pictures.
How tall would you say she is?
She was about maybe 5'11", 5'10", 5'8", 5'9", 5'10".
So she was tall for a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And how old?
She was between 23 and 28. She was a young girl.
Female, black?
Mm-hmm.
And you two got stopped by the police that night
Mm-hmm.
in Fairview Park.
Mm-hmm.
And that was December of 06. Do you remember the plate on your van, your gray van? I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I don't remember. And that was
No, you said, go ahead. I think I got it, so I'm trying to shortcut here.
7. Because it had a combination of cell phone numbers. And one cell phone number that was.
Okay, let's forget that. You say you stabbed her. Where did you stab her? You stabbed her in the throat. What'd you do with the knife?
Put it back on first. Put it on.
What kind of knife was it?
Like a paring knife.
Paring knife? What'd you do with her purse and everything?
Burned it.
Where did you burn it?
Over there with her.
So you went, well, let's say you go up the pole, you pull off to the left. How far in the woods you go to burn it where nobody, it amazes me nobody sees you burning things. How do you get away with that?
It wasn't, you never get away with it. You never get away with it.
Okay, but how did you do it?
just did it.
Okay. What did you use to burn her that night?
I think, well, that was done in the morning.
So you killed her at night and burned her in the morning?
That was done actually it was around, it had to be about 4:35. It was early dawn. It was early dawn when all this stuff was happening. It had been about early dawn.
So you burnt the purse, what else?
She had I don't think she had a purse.
Well, you said she had a purse. I didn't say she had a purse. Did you slice her bones at all?
No.
Was she in, did you drag her somewhere? How'd you get her out of your van?
Carried her.
You carried her. Okay, when you go into the woods, where do you dump her?
Actually, she stayed in the van until I got the wood and everything ready.
So you got wood and everything ready.
Got the wood and everything. It was right out. It was right out. The only thing that was really on that. You had more abandoned houses on that street than anything. That's when you had most of them abandoned houses on that street.
What made you go up to Pulte?
That was. What made me go up there was.
I mean, that's out of your area.
What made me go up there was that I said I needed an area. I needed an area to burn her body.
Well, I know, but how did you know about that area?
That's what I'm saying. I didn't. All I'm saying is that's what I said when we was driving around. I said I needed an area to burn her.
You told her that, or you just talking to yourself?
Just said it. I was just talking to
After she's dead? Where you killed her over on Central Parkway.
Right.
Then you drove over to Pulte.
Right. We drove over the bridge. Drove over the bridge.
Which crosses 75, which would be Hopple or... You remember which way you turned when you got across there? Well, I mean, you would... What did you pass when you crossed the bridge? What places did you pass? What restaurants do you stick out to you? Or what gas stations? It should be really clear to you.
No, there was no gas stations.
Okay, what restaurants? They've been there for years.
I know where you at. That's not the bridge. The bridge we go over was the bridge that has the trains.
Okay, I got you.
It has the trains up under it.
Right, and then you come out, what do you see when you get across the bridge right there? Your favorite place?
It's two ways.
Right.
Two-way streets.
So what are you looking at? Your favorite place?
My favorite place.
I mean, I'm trying to make sure you know where you're going. Anthony,
Right.
I'm not going to accept you just telling me I killed somebody and believe it.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
I never do that.
Right, I understand that.
I want you to tell me where you've gone. I don't want to say, okay, you've been here. When you crossed that bridge, where were you? And which way did you go, left or right?
You can go.
You're stuck staring you right in the noggin when you get over that bridge. There's a restaurant staring you. What is that restaurant? I'm afraid, here's what I'm afraid of. Number one, I'm afraid you're tired, number one. Okay? And I don't want to be lied to. You don't have to please me. And if you need to get something off your chest that you did, tell me for sure. But let's get it over. Let's get to it. Don't try to play games anymore with me.
Right. I can't recall this.
Okay, that's fine. Are you telling me the truth about you killing somebody else?
Yes.
There's no doubt.
No doubt.
And are you sure of the street being Pulte?
I'm not sure if it's Pulte.
How do you know? How can I get? I can't obviously take you out there because you previously said you wanted to run away from the police, and, you know. So that ain't gonna happen. Kind of blew that wad. But how do I know where to go?
Can I show you?
I can't. You already said you're going to try to escape on me.
That was earlier.
I know. But I can't do it without you first seeing a judge or something.
It was
Maybe I can pick you up when we get to process or something, but it's not going to happen tonight. I'm trying to, I have an unidentified body that I can't find who they belong to. If you can, any way at all, tell me who this person is, it would be appreciated by her family, I'm sure.
It's a female body.
Okay, what is her name? You said Kim.
Kim. I can't pronounce her last name.
Why do you think her date of birth is 10/22?
That's what I saw on her license, on her ID.
What year you think she was born? And are you sure it's a 20? Could it be older? Was she a good-looking girl?
Mm-hmm.
Did she have good teeth?
Mm-hmm.
Very good teeth.
She had good teeth, good legs.
Female, black, dark skin, light skin?
Brown skin. Maybe about the complexion of that.
So you take her into the woods. You carry her down into the woods. When you get her down into the woods,
It's up the hill.
huh?
When you go up the hill to that street, there's a dead-end street. It's a dead-end street at
Right.
the top of the hill.
Right.
Yeah.
You drove up there.
Right.
Right.
It's a dead-end street at the top of the hill. You can take steps to go somewhere up further. You can take steps, but also on this side of the street is where it was a head lawn bags for leaves and things of that magnitude. But yeah, I got the wood and everything. I got everything together.
What you use as an accelerant?
I think it was the knife.
Did you sit there and watch her burn all night?
It was early in the morning.
Did you stay with her until?
I stayed with her as long as I could.
Did you ever go back to that scene? Did you ever spread her bones around or her body?
I did.
Huh?
Actually, when most of it was burned, most of her body was burned.
Mm-hmm.
I poured her body and covered it with like a marsh or something.
A what?
Like a marsh or something that was something that was said it was made out of trees. It was trees.
Was her whole body intact?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing was missing?
Not when I had her, it wasn't.
And you're sure this was December of 06? Did you ever hear of us finding anybody?
No.
Was she a fat girl, skinny girl?
She wasn't fat, she wasn't skinny.
Medium? All right. Anything else?
She had a no, I went back to check. I went back to check the body. And
On Kim?
and I went back to check her blood up. 3 or 4 weeks later, because I couldn't sleep. I was having nightmares.
Right.
And when we did that, we had I think the skeleton was cleaned. I don't know, maybe the animals they got to and some of the bones were missing.
What bones were missing?
It's like the leg areas.
The leg areas?
I think so. But the skeleton, it was laid out. It was laid out. All the pieces weren't there.
And this is a couple weeks, this is when? What time frame?
About a couple weeks later, maybe 2 or 3 weeks later.
Well, if you burn her, did you burn her to the core? Were her bones burnt when you left her? What part of her body burnt the most when you burnt her?
It was unlike being, it was laid out on the beat. So most of it was burnt pretty even.
What do you mean you laid her out on a bed?
On a bed of wood. And then sprayed the body fluid.
Anthony, if I can arrange later on for you to show me where you left this young lady, can you do that?
Yes.
But it won't be tonight.
All right.
It's too dark, number one.
All right.
I am going to start at the jail, and you're going to tell me where to go. Yeah, I will start at the jail. You'll be shackled and everything too, so you're not going to be able to get out. Okay, I'm not going to let nothing happen to you. You're not going to be able to run. If you run, the most you'll get is tased. You won't get shot. Okay, so you're not going to be able to escape.
Right.
And it don't matter. I don't think you will. I think you're not going to be able to get yourself killed. Not on my watch. So, all right. I'll do this. I want to do this, but I just don't want to be, I'd love to do it right now. I'd love to get more information, but I'll be honest with you, I don't know who you're talking about. It's not all adding up. Now, I'm not disbelieving you by any means. I just can't, I don't have enough information right now. Are you sure it was Christmas of 2006? After Cassandra and Mary Jo? And it was that same Christmas. Is that any bodies between then and the one from last night? No more? Why'd you use a knife in this particular incident?
She had the knife.
So she had the knife, you just turned it on her because she came after you.
Right.
How did you stab her? Like, did you go like this? Did you go cut it, slice and dice, poked it at her? And where did you hit her?
In the throat.
And where at the throat?
On the jugular.
Right here? On the right side or in the jugular? Just a lucky shot, or do you know what you're doing?
No, it was just a lucky shot.
Did she strike you anywhere?
No, I know we panicked. We panicked.
Who's we? You?
Me and her.
Oh.
Me and her panicked.
She panicked because she just got stabbed in the jugular?
She just got...
Did you try to help her out?
I was trying to keep me and her calm. I told her the blood was coming up. It was coming up too fast, too quick. And she told me she couldn't feel her legs.
Then what happened? And she just died right there in front of you?
I started panicking more. But then I don't know, I held her, which was weird. I mean, because she wasn't actually a stranger, but...
That's why I'm surprised. Why hasn't nobody missed her?
I don't know.
Has anybody reported her missing?
I don't know.
You're talking about December of 06. Her name is Kim from Burton Avenue.
Right.
All right, let me check it out.
It was Burton. I think that street was Burton.
All right. Let me check it out. I'm gonna get back with you.
Burton or it's got to be Burton. Burton. It's the street right after where Martin Luther King Park is.
Yeah, it'd be Burton. That's Burton. All right. We're going to conclude right now at 20:52 hours.
Everybody okay, ladies and gentlemen? Everybody's doing great. Thank you.
Is the recording the jurors just heard the second interview you did with Anthony Kirkland at CIS, and he was interviewed there?
Yes.
All right. And in this, he comes up with another person that he killed, and unlike his other victims, this one's more on the west part of the city of Cincinnati. Is that correct?
Yes, it's off of Beekman, off of the Western Hills and Hopple Street Viaduct. It's a street that runs north-south.
Okay. And we talked previously in your testimony about your need to obtain detail. You want to gather as much detail as you can so you can corroborate or refute what the person is telling you. Is that what you were doing here?
Yes.
Okay. Now, initially, you didn't know a name, and I think subsequently the name that you came up with was a Kim Burke. Is that correct?
When he mentioned Kim, I immediately thought of Kim Burke. She was found on Knox Street. I believe it was Knox Street within, I think, of a year or two prior.
Okay. And the times she went missing didn't
Yeah,
match
it
up
was
with what he
more.
was saying.
It didn't add up to me, but because he said Kim Burke, that's who I thought he was talking about. But
Okay.
it turned out not to be Kim Burke.
All right. And you couldn't verify any of the other stuff as matching up to Kim Burke, getting a ticket for being after
No.
hours in Fairview Park or anything like that?
No, I couldn't.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. Now, at some point, did someone else in your office take this information and start to run with it? And did they come up with another name?
Yes. Detective Gus Krigaliff, who was familiar with the information from the interview, started to work with the information we had, and he developed a name of Kimya Rawlison, who was originally from California, lived in Cincinnati for the last 4 or 5 years prior, on and off prior to her death, had 2 children, and her date of birth was 10/22 of 81. Mr. Kirkland provided 10/22. He never gave us an age, but he gave us approximate. He didn't give us the date of birth, year of birth, but he gave us approximate age.
And all that matched up?
Correct.
And you were able to verify and corroborate that she had been sighted after hours in a park with Kirkland?
Yes, she had been stopped. It's a fur. I think she was more of a fur card, which is a field interrogation report card.
Did they take your ID and everything?
Right. They just
Okay.
run you through the computer, and that's how Detective Krigaliff was able to. He matched Mr. Kirkland's plate that was ran with, corroborated with the ID that was ran.
All right. And ultimately, the autopsy was done. That corroborated as well with the nick to the shoulder bone or the neck bone.
Yeah, we had known that prior to this interview because we had consulted with Dr. Beth Murray, and she had stated that the nick on the neck, even before we talked to Anthony Kirkland, was as a result of a knife wound, and she had ruled this unknown person a homicide, or I'm sorry, the coroner's office ruled it a homicide.
All right.
It was the time frame that we were talking about could have been in the winter of 2006 or 7, and we were under the impression it would have been more closer to 7, and it turned out to be 2006.
Right. Was the detail you received subsequently with regard to Kimya Rawlison, was that sufficient detail to corroborate the fourth homicide for Anthony Kirkland?
Yes.
Okay. Judge Council, second, please.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. That's all the questions I have, Judge.
Thank you. Anything on cross-examination?
No cross-examination, thank you.
Officer, thank you very much. Take a good vacation. Judge, your staff, you just step down. Appreciate it. All right, we're calling it a day. Well, we're calling it a day. Okay. I will say this. I've been doing this a long time, and that is his most cooperative, hard days I've seen a jury put in, maybe forever. I appreciate it. It was very, very good of you all. So we're going to go back to the regular schedule tomorrow, okay? 9:30 to 1:30. Ask you to get here if you can about 9:20 or so. We'll go no later than 1:30. It's not a lunch day tomorrow, but bring whatever snacks or whatever you need to do, and we'll take one day at a time from this point on. But remember the admonitions. Don't discuss case. You know all about them. Don't do anything. Have a great evening. See you back sometime around 9:20. Thank you all very, very, very much.